You're listening to Cyber 94 Podcast. If you want to break into cybersecurity with real-life experience, go to cyber94.com.
Chloe, so there's some major news out of the White House that directly impacts a threat we're always talking about. The explosion of online scams and, cybercrime.
And not a moment too soon.
Right?
I mean, the article we're looking at cites a figure of, $12.5 billion lost by Americans to this stuff in 2024 alone.
Wow.
That's not just a statistic, right? That's people's life savings, that's businesses ruined.
Absolutely. And that's what this new executive order is targeting.
Okay.
It directs the Attorney General to prioritize investigations into the most damaging schemes. We're talking, business email compromise, ransomware, phishing, the works.
You know what really caught my eye, Ben, was the mention of a victim restoration program.
Yeah?
For years, the default advice has just been, your money is gone.
Right, it's just gone.
Yeah, so the idea of a formal process to, return seized assets back to victims, that feels like a genuinely positive and concrete step forward.
I agree, it's a tangible benefit. But here's where the story gets a little more complex. This EO didn't drop by itself. It was released alongside the administration's new national cyber strategy. And let's just say the author, Catalin Simpanu, was not impressed.
No, he wasn't.
No.
He basically called it 2 pages of actual strategy hidden in a sea of empty space and just generic statements.
Yeah.
But within those 2 pages, there are a couple of explosive ideas.
Exactly. The first is a massive push to embed AI everywhere for cybersecurity.
Right.
The author cheekily calls it a contractor buffet, and you can see why. It signals a huge amount of government spending heading toward the private AI sector.
It certainly suggests a technological gold rush is coming.
Yep.
But let's talk about the other, even bigger idea. This new strategy seems to be giving a green light to something that has been taboo for years. Private sector hackbacks.
It's a seismic shift. The document says, we will unleash the private sector by creating incentives to identify and disrupt adversary networks.
Wow.
There's no other way to read that. They are actively encouraging private companies to go on the offensive.
And that opens a massive Pandora's box. I mean, it's one thing for a government agency like Cyber Command to conduct offensive operations under strict rules of engagement.
Right.
It's another thing entirely to unleash a company to do it. What happens when they get the attribution wrong and hit a hospital in a neutral country?
Exactly.
Who's liable for that? It sounds like the digital Wild West.
And that's the core of the skepticism. The author makes a great point that a lot of the strategy's tough talk really contradicts the administration's actions over the past year. It makes you wonder if this is a serious, thought-out doctrine or just, political posturing.
So what we're left with is this strange duality. On one hand, you have a very practical, grounded executive order that takes clear aim at fighting fraud and helping victims, a definite win.
Yeah.
On the other, you have this incredibly ambitious yet dangerously vague cyber strategy that could be either revolutionary or just create chaos.
It's the difference between a targeted law enforcement action and a declaration of a whole new type of warfare.
Right.
All in the same press release. It's a fascinating and slightly worrying development.
It really is. It shows a desire to do something.
Yes.
But the how is what matters. The EO provides a clear how, while the cyber strategy's how is a giant risky question mark.
Now, here's the question we'd like you to think about.
Okay.
Is empowering private companies to hack back a necessary and bold evolution in our fight against rampant cybercrime, or is it an unregulated risk that could cause far more harm than good?